Alright, so what we're going to be restoring today is this Essex No. 5 oiler. Hopefully this will just be one video, the whole restoration. So this Essex No. 5, it's 5 inches tall, which is what makes it number 5. It's 4 9/16 in diameter. Most of these don't have a single feed. This one is a single feed. This goes here, and there's a piece of glass that goes in between them. Most of them have a manifold that comes out on each side and has a bunch of these. So I've seen quite a few of these, but I've never seen one that had single feed. So the glass isn't cracked. It's complete. It's got this. Now the glass at the bottom is missing, but I've got a solution for that. And this is the original adjustment screw. So I'm gonna get to taking it apart, clean the glass, polish the brass, and we'll get it put back together with new gaskets. This is a 3/4. I'm gonna set that up there. Be careful not to break the glass when you do this. Yeah, it came right loose. There we go. Here's our old gasket. This does have a dent in it right here where somebody put a wrench on it. Let's see. Yep. That came off. Now that gasket's in good enough shape I can actually use it to trace out the new one, so that's good. This glass needs to be cleaned. Look how thick that is. That's a bit of a 1/4 inch right there. So, get this off. This is just a bolt for the mount, I guess. Yeah, it's a clean oiler here. So as long as I can get something under that and get that off of there. Yeah, it's coming right on off. Yeah, there we go. That'll be a big help in cutting new gaskets. So now I need to get this plug loose. Alright. That's about as far apart as I'm going to take it. Well, I got to get this stuff off too. Put these small pieces in this box. Alright, so this take this adjustment screw out. Just unscrews. And there's the needle. Now there's a packing nut here. Get that loose. Replace that packing. That looks good. There's still a little bit of oil residue in here. It smells like old steam engine oil or something that's thick. So I'm gonna get to polishing the brass, and probably need to stick this in the parts washer and get some of this old oil off of it, both pieces, and I'm gonna take the glass in the house and clean it. that glass is amazing how thick it is and how heavy it is. And it's not cracked at all. So, see you here in a little bit when I have some stuff more cleaned up. Then we'll get a gasket made, get gaskets made, and I'll show you the new piece for down here. Alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit about gaskets. So here's the old one. It's not messed up like this one. So, Flywheel Supply does make gaskets for this hauler, but I'm going to go ahead and make this video, so I figured I'd hold up on ordering some. I'm going to just cut them. I got this, pretty sure it's 1/8 inch cork, might be 16th inch or 132. I'll measure that. But so what you're gonna do, sit that right there and get a pen and trace the inside hole of the gasket first without warping it to where you'll have an oval shaped gasket. And then do the outside. Like that. Now I'm using a pen that has blue ink so it shows up better on the cork. And another little tip is you're going to get you a very sharp razor blade for cutting these gaskets with the pointed end, not the blunt one. And cut the inside hole first. Don't cut the outside first. Cut the inside hole first. Always save those pieces because they'll come in handy for something else. Alright, I'm going to cut the outside off camera because it's easier. And it'll make the video shorter. Alright, like that, we got 2 new gaskets. They're not perfect. They're not as perfect as if they were die cut, but they will seal. They're right size. They'll definitely seal up. This one here, the first one was better than the second one, so. But most people that watch the videos probably have either cut gaskets themselves or know how to do it. I'm just showing it for in case there's people out there that don't. Like I said, if you have one and want to buy gaskets, Flywheel Supply does make them. Alright, so I figured I'd show how far this is. I've got everything about cleaned up and pretty well polished. It's about as far as I'm going to go on the polish. It's not perfect, but This is about what it would look like when it was new. Glass is pretty shiny, but that glass has got some scratches in it and some spots, and there's a chip in it right there, but that'll all be covered up by the oiler. The base is pretty well clean. You can see it's got some places in it too. So here's what I was talking about for the bottom piece right here. This is a piece of 7/8 by 1 inch glass with gaskets from Flywheel Supply. They got just about every size of glass and gasket for old oilers that there is. And I got this there. I've had it for a while. I've just been waiting to get the time to restore this oiler. So I'm going to be putting it back together here in a little bit, but I got to find the 2 screws that go between here and here, because they were gone when I got this oiler, and they're 1024s, and I don't know if I got anything that's even 1024 around here that's not holding something together. So I have to scrounge around and see. May have to go to Tractor Supply and get some. So and see you when you start putting it back together. Alright, so I'm going to start putting the oiler back together here. Get it all cleaned up. I'm not going to be able to put the bottom glass on tonight. I'm going to have to go get some screws. Or, yeah, screws for that. So, put our first gasket in. Fits good. Then put the glass on. Carefully. Like that. And put the other gasket in. The gasket's a tight enough fit that it sits in there. And we'll start threading that up. I like that. You don't want it very much tighter, so it's about good. So I forgot that I put the small parts in here, so I'm gonna have to take it back apart to, well, no, that's right, I can just put that in there like this. So it's all polished up. And then put the packing nut back on. Like this. And the adjustment screw goes through there. Seats. Alright, so I'm going to adjust this packing. This 4 ounces 7/16. That's a little much. So just back off a hair. A little more. Now right there. be good enough to seal, but not so tight you can't turn it. So that's about as far as I'm gonna be able to go on it tonight. But it looks pretty good so far. Way better than it did a few hours ago. Here's where it actually says Essex. So, see you tomorrow when get the lower glass put in. Alright, so it's the next day, and trip to Tractor Supply, and $1.99 later, and got some 1024 screws that are 1.5 inches long. They're Phillips head. I wanted to get brass, but they didn't have any. So let's get the bottom piece put on this. To sit it like this. And this under it to keep it from rolling. So there's 4 in the pack. I only need 2 of them, but yep, it's a good tight thread. Yep. And I still got to make some kind of a mount for this thing. I'm not sure. This is the mount, and there's a mount on the top, so I'm going to have to come up with something. I'll come up with something, but go ahead and get this lower glass on. So it's going to be kind of tricky to keep these gaskets in place. They should still sit in there, but I'd have to prop the back of this up like that. It'll stay. Go ahead and stick. Them don't look right. I am going to find something better. Get some brass ones somewhere. Sit the glass in there. And be careful tightening this up, because you'll crack this glass if you don't tighten it even. Alright, that's as tight as I'm going to go for right now. There's what it looks like. So you can't just like hold it down here, because the glass is supporting that. So I'm going to have to make some kind of a mount that comes off of this thread back here. That'll let it sit like that, like it's supposed to. Won't make it out of metal, so it'll be sturdy enough, because this thing's pretty darn heavy. But darn, that thing looks good compared to yesterday. So it's all together. Those screws don't look right, so I'm going to see if I can come up with some brass ones. Try Lowe's. Lowe's might have some brass ones. And if anybody knows what a single feed Essex No. 5 come off of that just has the one dripper, let me know, cause I've never seen another one. Most of them got like 3 on each side. I think they used one that had the 3 on each side on like a Holt 120 tractor. Pretty sure that's what it was. But a single, I've never seen one. And that glass down here is way clearer than the glass up here, because this stuff here is all scratched. That's brand new. That came from Flywheel Supply. So that's it for right now until I get the mount made. So I'm gonna see what I can find for that. Alright, so here it is all finished up. And here's my mount that I came up with. It's really good heavy, so it don't move around or nothing. That new glass looks good. They polished up nice. I did polish it a little more, but new gaskets, it's ready to go. I'm not gonna put any oil in it right now or anything, cause I don't have anything for this go on just yet. So maybe sometime in the future I'll have something for it to go on, but right now it's just a display item. Painted the mount white because I figured it'd help the brass stand out more. And I can actually bolt the mount to something to keep it from getting knocked over. I'm thinking about building a shelf over here and putting some of my oilers on it. I got a whole collection of these. And here in a second I'm going to show you another one. It'll be a restoration. But yeah, it looks really, really nice. Happy with that turned out. And now it's a pretty big oiler. It's good sized. Bird in my hand. Really good. It's the biggest at the time when I got it. It was the biggest one I'd ever seen in person. Until I found this one. Now this one's more modern. It's made out of cast aluminum. And this is not real glass, but I still thought it was pretty neat. This is a Getz brand. And I've got an idea on what I'm going to do with it. Because I really don't have something big enough for this to go on. But that's going to be another video. So I guess that's going to be about it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thank everybody for watching, and see you in the next video.